What's up, guys? It's Sean here with the Sean Daily Football Channel, and today I thought we'd do a little bit of a different kind of video. I usually just do the Sunday roundup where I just do a summary of all the games that happened today. It's a little too repetitive for me personally, so I'm going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do something known as the This Week in Football type, and I'm just going to kind of talk about whatever major topic in football that's on my mind that week, or that's really been in the forefront of news. And this week in particular, there's been a lot of circulation, and I've gotten into a lot of discussions on Twitter about the Ballon d'Or and the nominations for the Ballon d'Or and the top 30 list. And I thought we'd just go through that. I'm going to give you the top 10 real quick because I don't want to spend the whole 30 minutes discussing every single role. We'll start with 10. Donnarumma came 10th, Mbappe 9th, De Bruyne 8th, Salah 7, Ronaldo 6, Conte 5th, Benzema 4, Jorginho 3, Lewandowski 2, and Lionel Messi 1. So the problem that I personally have with the Ballon d'Or is I feel there's way too much of an emphasis on titles won, whereas emphasis on actually being the best player in your position worldwide. Now, Lionel Messi winning the Ballon d'Or, obviously he didn't deserve it. I don't think there's a lot of argument on that. Robert Lewandowski has, in my opinion, quite clearly been the best player in the world for the last 2 years running. And I think it's a crime that he didn't get one for his contributions last year. So that, to me, is a huge red flag immediately. Just because Messi obviously finally won that Copa America, I'm not that impressed. There have been many years that I thought, yeah, Messi should obviously win it because he's the best player in the world. I don't actually think over the last 12 months, specifically this last season, Messi has been the best player in the world. And therefore, I disagree with that role. If you were to ask me who would be, if you were to pick your top 11, my opinion on the Ballon d'Or is I think it should always be be viewed as this. I wish instead of a Ballon d'Or, there being one role, it would be a Ballon d'Or per position. I think that makes more sense. Or you could I wish they would do the best team or the top 11 team, the best player in every position, and then you pick the best player out of those 11. In that way, I think that would make sense because a lot of players on this list just don't really add up to me as the best player in their position. And specifically, I'm going to talk about Jorginho. Jorginho is obviously on this list because both Italy won the Euros, Chelsea won the Champions League. Was he the best player in either of those teams? No. Was he the best midfielder in either of those teams? No. So this is where the problem kind of arises. He was more or less just, you can't say carried by the team. However, I will say Jorginho's not the best midfielder, the third best based off this list, he is the best midfielder in the world. And that's just not the case. He plays in a Chelsea team and an Italy team that emphasize his strengths and cover up his weaknesses. You can't just pick him up and plop him in every team in the world and him be world class in them. I don't think he's world class in Chelsea. I think he does something very, very specific, very, very well. However, if you tell me for that holding midfield role, would you take Joshua Kimmich, N'Golo Kante, Casemiro? It's not even a question, in my opinion. I would even argue Rodri has more of a claim than he does. There's many other players. If you are going to give a Chelsea player put a Chelsea player in that third role, I would put N'Golo Kante, which was fifth. I would think Kante deserves to be third way more than any other Chelsea player. And I would say Kovacic arguably deserves more than Jorginho, as does Mason Mount, in my opinion. So I'm very, very against this ranking system. I don't believe a player like Jorginho deserves to be this high on this list. Because he hasn't been the best midfielder in the world. If you were to pick the best 11 players of the last season, he would not get in my midfield. I don't think he would get in on many midfields. That's just being me being honest. Then a couple other major notices. Kareem Benzema on fourth. I don't have a huge problem with that. I think Kareem Benzema quite single-handedly carried this Real Madrid team very, very far and has been arguably one of, if not the best striker in the world alongside Lewandowski and Erling Haaland. So no problem at all. Ronaldo at sixth, I disagree with. I don't think Ronaldo was impressive, like significantly impressive in Serie A. I think he's just here just because he's Cristiano Ronaldo. And he needs to be rewarded for being Cristiano Ronaldo, pretty much. I very much disagree with the sixth place of him. He should be most likely he can be in the top 20, but maybe around where Neymar is at 16th. But I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo has done anything major to rank him in the top 6 players in the world. Whereas players like Mohamed Salah, hypothetically, I think definitely has. I think a player like Bruno Fernandes definitely deserves to be higher on this list. Kylian Mbappe definitely deserves to be on this list. Donnarumma, absolutely, completely agree. Lukaku, actually, I think could be higher. I would make an argument that Lukaku deserves to be in the... I don't believe De Bruyne actually had the best 12 months of his career. And just, there's a lot of players on this list, like Bonucci and Chiellini. They're the first 2 defenders on this list. Were they the 2 best defenders over the last 12 months? No way. They were not. It's just a fact. They were not the best 2 midfielders in the world during the last 12 months. I would give major credit to somebody like Rudiger, in my opinion, has been one of the best center backs in the world. I think Virgil van Dijk, Ruben Diaz, these players deserve to be the best 2 midfielders in the world. Bonucci and Chiellini do not. Raheem Sterling in 15th. I'm personally not the biggest fan of Raheem Sterling, but he is very effective and he had a very good Euros. He possibly was the star of the Euros after Donnarumma. So I'm okay with that. Luis Suarez somehow is creeping here at 17th. Why? Just because he won? I understand he won the title with Atleti. Was he Atleti's best player? I don't think he was. This is where these ranking systems just doesn't make sense. Simon Kjær, yes, phenomenal achievement for what he did, and he should be rewarded very, very handsomely for what he did for Christian Eriksen in that Denmark game, but he was not the 3rd best center back in world football last year. I'm sorry, he wasn't. And just moving up this list, there's a lot of... Gerard Moreno is on this list. Just because Villarreal won a title. Just winning, specifically in the modern world of football, when football is becoming more and more a matter of systematic play rather than one person being a superstar. You think of teams like this Chelsea team that won the Champions League. You think of a team like Villarreal winning the Europa League. You think of Italy winning the Euros. And these were all examples of a team working on a philosophy where the team was more than the sum of their parts. If you look at that Italy team, Immobile wasn't the star of the show. Chiesa wasn't the star of the show. Insigne wasn't the star of the show. Jorginho definitely wasn't the star of the show. The only player that you can say, oh my god, if this player wasn't there, was maybe Donnarumma, that you can argue. Locatelli, maybe. But even them, not to a major extent. So this kind of gives you, when football becomes more a matter of systematic play, it's a lot less. Football is not basketball. Basketball, you have a LeBron James in your team, and he makes the difference. He is the team. Everybody else can kind of almost get by in a way. You don't need a lot. You have a Michael Jordan, and he just runs the show. You have a Kobe Bryant. You just run the show. Football isn't like that. One player doesn't make as big of a difference in these teams that are built on systematic play, where it's more the team as a whole than one individual player. Now, hypothetically, when Barcelona was winning titles, when this Argentina team won titles, it was heavily on the back of Lionel Messi. However, I would argue a player that heavily deserves to be on this list, in my opinion, is Thomas Muller. I think Thomas Muller has been one of the best midfielders in the world over the last 12 months. And I don't think there's much argument to that. Jude Bellingham, in my opinion, has been one of the best midfielders in the world over the last 12 months. These are where these lists kind of fall short, and it's disappointing. I will be back over the next week maybe with my top 11, my best team of the previous year, and I will also give my opinion on who the Ballon d'Or should have gone to. I don't think it's that crazy to say it should be Robert Lewandowski. He's deserved it. He's been the best player in the world, in my opinion, very clearly. And I think the evidence shows it. And if these events were less about popularity and who do we have that's going to make the biggest name, Robert Lewandowski would win. But unfortunately, it is a pissing contest. It is popularity. And because it's based off popularity, Lionel Messi unfairly, for the first time in his career, must be said, has won the Ballon d'Or. Some may argue, should he have maybe won Ballon d'Ors more in the past? Sure. I'm also kind of a fan of the idea of maybe players shouldn't win more than one Ballon d'Or in their career. I think it makes the arguments become a lot more interesting. Players like Iniesta, like Xavi, like Busquets, like Wayne Rooney potentially. A lot of players have been cast aside because of the emergence of superstars like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, which is like nothing against those two players. They've just been supernova levels of incredible. However, it would open the opportunity, or the award could change in a way. I'm an advocate for the award being best player, best like forward, best midfielder, best defender, best goalkeeper. I think that would be a fantastic new evolution of the Ballon d'Or, because how would, if somebody like Donnarumma can't win it, how would somebody like Donnarumma ever win it? How would a goalkeeper ever win the Ballon d'Or? How would a defender ever win the Ballon d'Or? Outside of the last time it happened was 15 years ago with Cannavaro. So I think something needs to change with the Ballon d'Or. I hate that it's this popularity contest, because we're not actually arguing who is the best player. It's who does everybody want to be. So that's my say on the Ballon d'Or event. I will be back tomorrow with the PL Roundup. And then we have Champions League 2 days in a row. And then I believe we will be doing on Thursday, I will bring the PL preview and we will do the my best 11 on Friday. More than anything else, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.